The volleyball returns home this week to host a pair of matches. Wednesday night, number 9 Illinois comes to the Fieldhouse. That match will start at 7 p.m., be televised by BTN. It is also the annual Steve Lowe night to honor UW's former head coach. The Badgers then face Northwestern on Sunday at the Fieldhouse at 1 p.m. Head coach Kelly Sheffield is here. We'll have some opening comments, then take questions.
Thanks, Brian. Just got back from a really, really tough battle. Came out on the short end against a really good Ohio State team. We've got a fast turnaround here against another top 10 team, Illinois, this Wednesday. Like Brian was saying, we're excited about being home. Excited about playing back in the Fieldhouse. A team that's really, really talented, and that we've had some great battles over the past few years with, and we're excited to get back after it.
Dennis?
3-match losing streaks are something new here for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
How's it? What's the reaction you see, and what's your reaction in trying to deal with it going forward? How do you try to turn it around?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I see you start seeing the character when things aren't, what is the character of your team when things aren't going the way that and having the results that you're wanting to. I mean, the truth is we played against some pretty tough teams. I see them. I see the workload that they're trying to put in increase. I mean, they're searching for ways, which as a coach, you love being around those types of kids. What is frustrating is when you're around people that don't want to stay in the fight. That they're just there on the good days and they abandon each other or whatever when things aren't going their way. These guys are searching. I thought that coming out against Ohio State, I thought that was us in a nutshell in game one. I mean, we were just pressing really, really hard. And that's on the coaches of being able to, hey, we've got to compete, but there's also got to be this balance of, remember the end of Animal House when everybody's just all over the place and they're just running, and young Kevin Bacon says, all is well, remain calm, all is well. And, sometimes there was a little bit of that. I thought at the beginning of that, that they scored a couple points and we're just running all over the place, creating mayhem. And, we were able to calm down a little bit and get back in the fight. And it was a really good match from there on out. The difference was we fell behind 5-0 in game 5, and that, and we're climbing an uphill battle. But, kind of going in, a show that I used to like when I was younger. Remember the A-Team? And I forget which one it was, but the guy he would always say, "I love it when a plan comes together." Who was that? Yeah, it's Mr. T. Yeah, I think that's who that was, and that's kind of my feeling, is that we're getting closer. I know that we are getting closer, and I see that, even though we've lost a few, and we tackle this about let's find ways to get better. Those are the things that I love, is when plan comes together, when the team is coming together, when we're searching, we're finding ways. Our team is, we're exactly how we'd probably want us to be right now.
So you didn't play poorly, just not well enough yesterday, is what you're saying?
Don't get me wrong. We had our moments where it was, it seemed to be a pillow fight a little bit at times. But I thought our fight, I thought our communication, I thought our dedication to making each better, responding after an error with strength. I thought all of those were much, much better. And do you have the characteristics of an elite team? And rather than a couple players here or a couple players there, where we're all kind of in this together. I think our middles are really starting to play well. I mean, we've lost 3 matches, but our middles have been great for those 3 matches, and I'd like to be able to give them the ball a little bit more. But those are things that we've been working on. I thought defensively, as the match went on, we got a lot better. We moved Taylor Morey over the middle back, and I thought that there were some elements that helped out as well. I thought our serving got really, really good after the end of game 1. We made a lot of hitting errors, and our ball control wasn't where it needs to be.
What makes Illinois so good?
I think they don't beat themselves. They're really well coached. I think they're they've got an outside hitter, Burks, that is just really, really good. A great young libero. Their setter is probably freshman setter has come in and just really very similar to Lauren. Just doesn't blink. Even though this is her first year, she just she's taken that team and just off and running. But it's a solid team all across. That there are just not a lot of weaknesses from them. I think they're going to be one of those teams that are going to be right into it till the very end.
So you win the conference last year.
Mm-hmm.
You started 0-1. You're not writing that off, are you? That can you repeat even after the start that you had?
Well, you got to have a little bit of help when you're going 0-2, and it's truthfully, we didn't talk about it last year. I mean, we just didn't. We didn't. We don't spend our time. 2 years ago, we didn't talk about making it. To the Final Four. We discussed it in preseason, and then last year we discussed, hey, let's go out there and try to find a way. Let's compete for a Big Ten title. This year we talked about it at the beginning, but the thing that we do every year is it is always about just the process of getting better. And our kids aren't. They're wanting to win, but it's the same thing when we get back after a match. We're always hunting for the things that we've got to get better at, and we're doing that after a win or after a loss. It's the same thing. Let's find ways to get better, and so. There's an element in it that it's the same right now with our group.
Anything else for Coach?
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Kelly.